What's good, people? Hey, not long ago, we got news of a GTA 4 remaster that's in the work. And we know most likely it's probably just going to be a port over to the PS5 and the Xbox Series X. But I wanted to get on here and give my wish list, man, and say what I would do if I was the one in charge of it. And it's not like it's far-fetched that Rockstar could do all this, especially if they're working on GTA 6 and they getting all these new features in. I mean, come on now. Like this right here. It's a damn near 15-year-old game we talking about, or maybe even more at this point. Who knows? Yeah, 17-year-old game, man. So they could take their time with it and give us the remaster we deserve. In my opinion, GTA 4 is the best GTA, but we'll get into that later on in another video. The first thing I wanted to speak on was the fact of we have Luis, Johnny, and Nico as the main characters of GTA 4. But Johnny and Luis, they're the DLC. And now me, when I play this game, I like to switch back and forth as I'm playing the story. And you got to go online and figure out which mission goes where and all that bullshit. But we know we already had in GTA 5, man. We had Michael, Franklin, and Trevor as the three main protagonists. My first proposal is to have you be able to switch between those characters in this remaster game, talking about Nico, Johnny, and Luis. I mean, just imagine, man. You doing the Libertonian mission, and you could switch between Nico getting out first, Johnny being pinned down, you gotta escape as him, and then switching to Luis in the sky. And I don't mean you gotta do it so linear. It's more the fact of, if you want to play as Nico, go on ahead. If you want to skip Nico and Johnny, and just be Luis in the sky and the golden chopper shooting shit down, then you should be able to do that, man. But then again, like I said, if you want to escape as Nico first, and go out as Johnny and say Johnny's hunting down the people that Ray sends on that mission towards you to go get the money after Nico escapes. You could maybe, I don't know, like you could maybe exit the building as Johnny, blow up the guys that Ray sent, and then while he's hunting down the ones that are trying to escape, you could switch to Luis in the sky and shoot down the fucking cops that are coming after you in the air. And not only would I implement that in the missions, I would implement that in the free roam as well. Say you start as Luis walking outside your apartment, and you walk outside. Nico walks outside of Playboy X's mansion if you choose to, make that decision within the game to get that house. And Nico walks past the NPC. An NPC starts talking shit to him, and Nico goes fucking ballistic. Now, you could either join in, you could shoot at Nico, which, he'll respawn at the hospital, or just observe that shit. The second thing I want to be able to go outside and see some snow. I want to be able to go outside and see NPCs making snowmen and, having snowball fights. And just to kind of throw this in there, I want first person as well. I think that's kind of obvious to say since it was in GTA 5. But if it's in first person and you driving through the snow, that shit could fuck with your vision. Point number 3. I would want all three protagonists to be able to use all the guns across every game. Johnny's got his sawed-off shotgun. Luis has the explosive round shotgun and the golden Uzi. Nico just had the base weapons. But, imagine we got Johnny parachuting and we got Nico using the explosive shells or being able to hop into the APC tank. Because that was one of the main complaints when GTA 4 first came out. It was like, oh, there's not enough weapons, there's no parachutes like in San Andreas, and then they cleaned it up in the Ballad of Gay Tony. But if we can go back and we're doing this remaster, it ain't no reason that we shouldn't be able to have all the weapons and all the cars and vehicles and tanks and everything as every character. And now on top of that, I want all the interiors to be open to all characters too. I know at some point in this video, I try to go into a building that Nico goes into for a mission, and Luis isn't allowed inside of it. So buildings like that would be open. And then for Nico, I mean, just imagine Roman calling Nico, asking him to go club at the Masonette 9, or going to play air hockey with Lil Jacob and stuff like that. Number 4, I would bring back the gang territory system from San Andreas. And in GTA 4, we have more gangs than we even did in San Andreas. And this would add to the free roam world as well. You could, see the Italians get into it with the Russians, and we could have Nico join in. So if Nico joins in and helps one side or the other, they can pay him, and then that territory will be taken over by that gang that you helped out. So say you're rolling through Little Italy, and some of Dimitri's guys come through, And I know you probably wouldn't work for Dimitri, but this is just an example. Say you're playing as Luis maybe or something. And you go up through Little Italy, and Dimitri's people attack Ray's. You could choose which side to be on. And, you know, you could base their payoff or payout based off how big their gang is and how much they're operating in the city at that time. And that's all based off your decisions within the game. Number 5. This was an original idea for GTA 4 when it was first in production, but they scrapped it. I would bring back the Liberty City state map. You know, that way we got more than just city. We can have a little bit of countryside. And, you know, maybe you could go out there and some of the gang territory stuff I mentioned before could be happening. The Pegarinos could be meeting with the Ancelottis or something for a deal, just for an example. And you could pull up and just take the money from whatever they're doing. And if you want to go the Red Dead Redemption route, maybe you could fish out there or hunt or anything. I'm not from New York, so I wouldn't know if people really hunt in the countryside and stuff like that. But I mean, hey, if it works, it works. That's up to Rockstar to decide. Number 6, I would allow the game to let you hang out with more than just one person at a time. Sure, Nico can call Roman and go bowling, or you can go play darts with Packy, but this would be an interesting way to give us some extra dialogue within the game too. Voice actor probably isn't coming back due to what happened, him getting underpaid. But we could have little Jacob's actor return, Roman, Packy, any of them people that are willing to return. You could have Nico call Dwayne and little Jacob to hang out together. You could have Roman and Packy, or Brucey and little Jacob. Anything you want to do. And we could delve more into the lore behind them and how those characters will relate, and we can see what kind of conversations they will have. You know, just fresh content to add to the story. And this next point kind of goes in the same direction. Point number 7. I would want to be able to have friends assist you on missions, like how Johnny did in the Lost and Damned. You could call up Terry or Clay, and both of them would come help you out. Now, in GTA 4, they had a system to where you call your friend after you've hung out with him enough, and he'll fly you around in the chopper or bring you guns and stuff like that. So imagine you on a mission as Luis. You could call Armando and Enrique to come help you out if the mission serves for it, as long as it doesn't contradict nothing. And same thing with Nico. You could have Jacob pull up or Packy or anybody to assist you on missions. Point number 8. I would want to have a custom radio station, because we all know, or at least I know, when I play GTA 4, they play the same songs over and over and over. And if you go into a mission, the radio station restarts again. So if you play missions back to back to back, you most likely going to be hearing the same damn songs. This is something I would implement from Saints Row. I would let them have a mixtape option. That way you can select what songs from every station that you like and put it all onto one playlist. That way, you know, you can come to your playlist, or you could go to the Vibe, or you could go to the Beat 102.7 and switch it up. You know, maybe some of the same songs will be on there, maybe some not. And really, they need to add more music in general. Like, how the hell in 2008, we don't have no 50 Cent songs in a GTA game that's based in New York City? Number 9, I would have the side characters appear in the world when you're just free roaming around. You know, say you're driving around as Johnny, right? And you steal a cop car, you go up to Northwood, and Dwayne is one of the NPCs while you're swerving through traffic. All right, so say you hit Dwayne kind of lightly. Maybe Dwayne calls Nico and is like, hey, man, I need to get a pickup from the hospital. Or if you hit him with force, he could die, and Nico could get a text like, hey, come to Dwayne's funeral. And again, I know we would have restrictions on what kind of dialogue we could use and stuff, but we can make it similar to the comedy club. You know, you go pick up one of your boys, you drive over to the comedy club, it plays a cut scene, and it's just some guy talking on the stage. We can have the priest up there giving a backstory to the characters, which will help even more with the world building. And of course, there's story restrictions and stuff like that, like Packy can't die because he's in GTA 5. Or Dwayne can't die up to a certain point and stuff like that. But overall, I think that will be an immersive system, and it's something we've needed in GTA for a while. The next thing I would do is bring back the buying and selling properties from San Andreas, or not necessarily selling, but you could buy houses in San Andreas. So in this one, we could take it to the next level. Say you get tired of your Bohan house, or, well, that's Mallory's cousin's house, so we couldn't sell that one. Or you get tired of your Algonquin spot or Playboy X's mansion, You could sell those for a good little price and go move down to Little Italy if you wanted to or something like that. You know, a real world system within the game that makes the game feel more lived in. And maybe say there's like a limit. Maybe Luis can have 2 houses, Nico can have 5, Johnny can have 4, something like that. That way it's not like all over the top and you're not just having every house. Because at some point we got to keep that shit realistic. Next up, I would add celebrities into the game. And I don't mean Cat Williams on stage, as I referenced before. I mean, I want to be able to go out into the world and see them walking around with security and bodyguards and out in the clubs. Because in real life, it's hella celebrities in New York. So I want to see PG Jackson walking around, all them kind of people. And then for the ones you're able to kill, we can have hit missions added to the game as a side quest. You know how Stubbs had Johnny kill people. We could add that to him right there. Or you could add that to somebody, one of Nico's friends that needs people taken out for whatever specific reason. Or Luis has, you know, somebody do some bad shit in his club and he's not having that. So he goes and takes them out, even though they famous. But again, I would have it to where, like, just walking around in the world, I want to be able to see a limo coming by and a celebrity waving his hand out the window. And if I decide, I can pull an RPG out my pocket and blow that motherfucker up. And this kind of brings everything together. A couple of the points I've said. I would bring back the house robberies from San Andreas. And, you know, like I said before, you could rob Dwayne's house as Johnny or rob Armando's house as Nico and stuff like that. Pretty simple and straightforward. Kind of goes with the other points I said. But, hey, man, I feel it would make the immersion better. This is something that was always a disappointment with GTA 4. We gotta bring back car customization, especially since GTA 5 had it. So if you don't put that in the GTA 4 Definitive Edition, then you missing out and you cheating the fans. Because that's something we wanted all the way back in 2008. Come 2013, they said, all right, we'll put it back in the game. But you know, maybe I want to ride through Bohan with some underglow, man. And I won't say the clothes were atrocious or anything in GTA 4, but they could have been better, man. We all know that. And we could have had more options. But mainly, I would give the characters vintage outfits. So Luis gets maybe Tommy Vercetti's fit and Vic Vance's fit. And Nico's got Claude's already. So you could give him maybe CJ's. And for the love of God, man, let us change Johnny's clothes. This man wears the same clothes throughout the whole fucking game. Like, I get he's in a biker gang and all that. But at least let us change his undershirt or his pants. Goddamn. But hey, man, that's all I got for y'all. This might have been a quick video, and it might have been thrown together a little weird. It's my first video on this channel, so kind of let me find my bearings first. But I hope you enjoyed. I hope this could maybe give Rockstar some ideas if they ever come across this video or choose to listen to the fans. Tell me what y'all think in the comments, though, man. Tell me which idea I gave that y'all like the best. Tell me other ideas that y'all have. And peace out.